When you think of the Ice Age, you think of this: endless white, permanent winter.
A frozen, dying world where humans did nothing but huddle in dark caves, shivering, waiting for the end. But everything you've been told is a lie. For 3 months every year, the ice retreated. The temperature skyrocketed. And our ancestors stepped out of the dark into a world more chaotic, violent, and wildly abundant than Anla. This is the story of Ice Age summer, and it's the reason you are alive right now. 20 millenniums ago, during the last glacial maximum, the planet was locked in a brutal vice grip. But the Earth's orbit has a wobble, a celestial heartbeat known as the Melancholy. Every June, the northern hemisphere tilted directly into the sun. The result wasn't just a mild warming, it was a climate shockwave.
Let's look at Dr. Sarah Evans, an evolutionary anthropologist. In a sunlit lab surrounded by mammoth teeth and look at the Ice Age as a static block of time. It wasn't. The seasonal swing was violent. Could go from 40 below zero in January to a staggering 80 degrees Fahrenheit in July. It was a climate whiplash. Think about the psychological shift. For 9 months, your entire existence is focused on not freezing to death.
Your world is gray, white, and silent. Then, in a matter of weeks, the world explodes into hypercolor. But this wasn't a vacation. The summer brought a terrifying paradox. It brought life. Imagine waking up and realizing you have exactly 90 days to secure enough food, clothing, and if you waste a single week, your entire clan dies. This was the Mega Blitz, the ultimate race against time. Step 1. Leave the caves. Caves are terrible summer homes. They're damp, cold, they moved to the river valleys. Why? Because the melting glaciers created massive, roaring super rivers. And where there is water, there is the ultimate prize. The Megafauna.
Woolly mammoths, giant bison, and horse herds were forced to migrate north to follow the fresh summer grass. The humans knew their routes. They were waiting in ambush. Let's hear from Dr. Jean-Marc Leblanc, a Paleolithic archaeologist, standing on a windy cliffside. We find these specific archaeological sites at natural choke points, river crossings, narrow gorges. The humans weren't wandering aimlessly. They were setting up high-efficiency, seasonal slaughterhouses. A spear tipped with a razor-sharp flint point is thrown. It slices through the air in slow motion. But killing a 4-ton mammoth in July creates a brand new nightmare. A problem our ancestors had to solve using brilliant, stomach-churning engineering. In the winter, meat stays fresh forever. You just leave it outside.
But in an 80-degree summer, a mammoth carcass will rot in 48 hours. Swarms of millions of flies, maggots, and bacteria will claim it.
Worse, the smell of rotting meat is a dinner bell for the apex predators of the Paleolithic. A massive, terrifying creature shadows the screen. A cave lion, daquetid. Alongside it, a saber-toothed cat, its 7-inch canines gleaming in the summer sun. So, how do you store tons of meat when the sun is scorching? You use the ghost of winter. Let's look at this forensic 3D diagram. The camera dives underground beneath a Paleolithic tent camp. Just 2 feet beneath the lush summer grass lay the permafrost, soil that remained frozen solid year-round. Our ancestors dug deep trenches into this frozen earth. They lined them with mammoth bones and hides, packed them with river ice, dropped the meat inside, and sealed it. They built the world's first deep freezers.
Dr. Evans is back in the lab, holding up a beautifully carved bone needle. It wasn't just about food. Summer was the only time you could process hides.
You need the warm sun to dry the leather, and you need bone needles to sew the tailored, waterproof clothing.
Suddenly, she stops and looks up. Her eyes widen in fear. Summer nights during the Ice Age were beautiful. The summer sky stays a deep twilight blue. But they were also the most dangerous hours in human history.
Because humans aren't the only ones exploiting the summer abundance. During the day, humans owned the landscape with weapons, fire, and numbers. But at night, the balance of power shifted. The air temperature dropped rapidly. The massive predators, built for the cold, became hyperactive. To survive the night, humans developed a psychological weapon that separates us from every other animal on Earth: storytelling and ritual. An elder is painting a horse onto a flat piece of bark using red ochre.
Summer was the only time different, scattered human clans could travel safely to meet each other. The valleys became massive melting pots. Clans traded flint from hundreds of miles away, exchanged teenagers for marriage to prevent inbreeding, and shared critical geographical data. Let's check back in with Dr. LeBlanc. We see evidence of massive gatherings. We find jewelry made from seashells hundreds of miles inland. This tells us that summer was a time of intense social networking. It was the internet of the Stone Age. Fast transition. The campfire ashes quickly turn cold and gray.
The vibrant green grass on the ground turns yellow, then brown. A single snowflake falls onto the frame.
August. The temperature plummets 30 degrees in a week.
The super rivers freeze solid, turning into silent highways of ice. The mammoths turn back toward the south. The window has closed. The human clan packing up their summer camp, dragging heavy sleds loaded with dried meat
and perfectly stitched winter clothing. They are moving back toward the deep limestone caves. Now comes the ultimate test. Did they work hard enough? Did they harvest enough berries? Did they dry enough meat? Did they sew their boots tight enough to keep out the frostbite? As they walk back into the darkness of the caves, sealing the entrance with heavy hides to block the incoming blizzard, they know one thing. They didn't just endure the Ice Age. They mastered it. They used 90 days of sun to conquer 9 months of darkness.
And inside those caves, by the light of a tiny fat lamp, they would sit